Alright, the next video we're gonna watch is Fallout 4 Expleened Start by Storymode. Only 3 weeks late. So let's just get into this. It's a little late. I'm sorry.
And this brand new cup. Stop drinking out of your hands. They got a cup for that now.
Oh my god. The fucking gamer subs are so extra.
Presents. Fallout 4.
Dun dun dun.
Now, Mr. B, except for Oblivion, I haven't played the other 3 Fallout games. So what's going on here? What's the world?
Well, Mr. Z, it
Fallout
all starts
Oblivion.
here. The year is 2077.
The future?
Yeah, the future.
That can't be correct. Look, there's an old-timey boy on a bike. Old-style
Story modes are kind of lacking lately.
Uh-oh.
I'm always hopeful for
That's not how I remember the past at all.
October story
Essentially, in the
modes.
Fallout world, everyone focused on nuclear-powered tech instead of silly little computers or whatever.
Smart. You can't feed your family with microchips.
We're all living an American dream, Mr. Z. But there's a threat on the horizon.
Oh, what?
Nuclear war much? Ever heard of it?
I think it a guy that big.
And that's all the backstory
You can't
need.
see it?
Well, let's play this game.
Should be showing up.
Okay. All right, we dip in from white to a steamy bathroom, and there's a man right there.
War never changes.
A handsome man within kissing distance, Mr. B. Who's this?
This is Nate. He's a U.S. Army veteran, and he's just come back from the Call of Duty. Black Ops 2. Settled down with his little baby son, Sean,
Oh.
and his beautiful
Okay,
wife,
Yuko.
Nora.
Oh. Hey, how come we don't play as Nora?
No, I mean, why do you want to play as Nora? Nate's the Army vet. No.
Yeah.
Nora's a lawyer, I think.
Oh.
Yeah,
Actually, I don't
Panda,
know if she
can you
is
see
a
it?
lawyer. She has
You
a
should
Juris
be able to
Doctor.
see
Does
it.
that make you a lawyer?
I don't think so.
You'd be like going to the wasteland with Nora, and she's like, "Hey guys,
It's illegal. Anyway, so we're standing in front of the mirror, and Nate is getting ready because he's actually giving a speech tonight at the Veterans Hall.
Because he's a war hero.
War never changes.
You're gonna knock him dead at the Veterans Hall tonight, hun.
All right, we exit the bathroom and we walk into the kitchen. And there's
Good
our
luck, Panda.
robo-butler, Cogsworth.
Good morning, sir. Your coffee.
2 pods of Nescafe Blend 43, sir.
Brewed to perfection.
Nate sits down at the kitchen bench, and then Nora comes into the room.
Mr. B, it's October 23rd, 2077, and it's just a lazy Saturday morning. Anything in the news today, Nora?
They added 10 to the Sudoku.
Nate's like, there's nothing sacred in the future anymore. Oh, Mr. B, in the distance, I hear a baby crying.
Don't worry, Mr. Z.
Ew.
Codsworth jumps into action.
Oh, sounds like someone made a sticky.
I apologize.
Sure.
So Codsworth goes off to deal with little baby Shaw.
Nate turns back to Nora, and he's like,
Only
just gonna
have
leave the
children when you
robot
can
with that
afford
baby?
not to take care of it.
You know, I was nervous at first, but Codsworth's really good with Sean.
Suddenly, another interruption. A knock
Can
at
see
the
it now,
door.
Panda? Awesome.
Can you get that? It's probably that salesman. He comes for you every day.
All right, so we get off our chair and we walk up to the front door, and there is a man in a yellow jacket. What the hell does he want?
He says he's from a company called Vault Tech.
No, thank you, Mr. B. Close the door.
But the man insists.
Good morning. Vault-Tec calling.
Remind me again?
Vault-Tec is the foremost builder of state-of-the-art underground fallout shelters. Vaults, if you will.
All right, that's great, but why is he trying to sell him a spot in a shelter? Is something bad about to happen, Mr. B?
Yes. The big kaboom is... It's inevitable, I'm afraid.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about nuclear bombs? Regrettably,
Dur, dur, dur.
yes, says the salesman.
Fallout
And
4.
coming sooner than you may think.
Been there, brother.
I'm here today to tell you that because of your family service to our country,
what with your wife getting a Juris Doctorate and all.
Oh my
you
God.
have been pre-selected for entrance into the local vault.
Now, this game has dialogue options that are simply labeled sarcastic, but what they really mean is do a funny, and we like the funny, so go on, Nate.
I can't wait for the world to end.
Well,
I just need to verify
don't have to wait
some
long.
information. That's all.
All right, come on, hurry up. We don't know when the missiles might be launching. Sign your name right here.
Yeah,
we'll put you
Fallout
underground.
4 is pretty
Nate
fun.
signs his name.
even if it,
Wonderful.
it's
That's everything.
a Bethesda game, so there's always going to be a problem with it.
Just gonna walk this over
But
to
it's
the
definitely entertaining,
Now that salesman is gone, Nate spends some time with his family.
especially with those handy dandy mods.
Little baby Sean, beautiful wife Nora. Hell, even Codsworth, he's alright.
Among us.
They got
But
on
while Nate's
everything.
hanging out with Sean, Nora comes in and says,
Hey, how's my little guy?
I'm pretty good.
Much better now.
Yeah.
Listen, after
Oh my
breakfast, I was thinking we could head to the park for a bit. Weather should hold up.
Nora,
Shake
before
the
I hit
baby.
the sarcastic option, I just want you to know, life really is perfect. I wish it could stay this way.
No, but for real.
Fallout.
There's probably a mod for that. No, there's. If someone thinks of it, someone's gonna make a mod about it.
Forever.
Shut the fuck up.
Mum,
What the? Codsworth suddenly calls out from the other room.
you should come and see this.
Codsworth, what's wrong?
So we run into the living room, and there on the television, a news broadcaster is telling us that something bad is happening.
Yes, followed by flashes, blinding flashes, sounds of explosions, confirmed reports of nuclear detonations in New York and Pennsylvania. My God.
Nukes have been dropped in New York and Pennsylvania.
And many more bombs are on their way. America will be destroyed.
This American dream has just turned into an American nightmare.
Dun dun.
Good one, Mr.
Yeah.
I'm waking up.
Fucking
Clock's
hell.
all kicking off. Nora's holding little baby Sean, and she says,
Quick, honey, we gotta get to that vault that the vault tech guy was talking about. Come on.
I've got Sean. Let's go.
So they go rushing out the door. This is the suburb of Sanctuary Hills. We're gonna miss it. We run past a cute lesbian couple. They look frightened, but Nate knows exactly what to say to put them at ease.
Oh no.
War. War never changes. In the year 1945,
Fucking hell.
my great-great-grandfather.
Like, who the fuck? Fuck
Serving
off.
in the army. Anyway, we've got a reservation at the local vault, so we go running to safety. We reach a guard, and he's holding a checklist.
We need to get in. We're on the list.
Infant, adult male, adult female.
Yes, adult male.
We're not in the program.
Thank you.
right, we're in the final stretch now, Mr. Z. We run up a path to a big circular platform.
This is the elevator to Vault 111.
Send it down now!
All right, that's it. Send it down. Almost there. We're gonna be okay.
They might just make it.
I love you.
But, oh no.
The nukes go off in the distance.
They've dropped. The bombs
Dirt,
have
dirt,
dropped, Mr.
dirt.
Z. It's the end of the world!
Mr. B.
Fuck off with these fucking mouth
Fade
fuckers over here.
to black. That was a very harrowing segment, Mr. B.
I mean, can you believe it? The world, America, has fallen.
We are going to be making fun of this game.
Yes.
But I don't care what the Fallout 3 and New Vegas haters say. This game is great. This game's really, really good. Good game out of 10. And it's got massive flaws. But as we were editing this, all I wanted to do was play it some more. And you know what? It's testament to how far video games have come with the thousands of hours of manpower that were put into this, that we could sit back and nitpick the whole thing. It's the height of decadence. It is like wiping one's ass with velvet.
I think that's really beautiful, Mr. Z. I don't agree with you. I don't think this game's that good. Can we just chuck up on screen my 392 hours in Fallout 4?
Yeah, so there you go.
I
We're
love
both
that.
actually
No, but
look
that's
pretty
so
good.
real, though. That's so real because you'll have people coming on here dunking on a specific game, and then you cut to their playtime, and it's like 5 billion hours of playtime, and it's like, yeah, bitch, you really didn't get your money's worth, did you? It might be shit, but you got your money's worth.
Why are you lumping me in with you?
All right. This news broadcast, I can't help but feel a little hammed up. There's like 1 million people watching who all need information.
We do have coming in. That's, my God.
Pull it together.
How many? Where? Well, during a time of emergency, it's like, you got one job. How about take shelter? Like, is he not giving that advice? Instead, he's just being like, indulgent. My God, my God. I just want you to know how personally I feel bad about this.
He mentions Vault 76 on the TV.
Oh, does he?
Since debuting Vault 76 last year.
I'm like, oh my God, dude, that's like world building.
Oh, look, the Vault Tech van.
Oh my God, I didn't even notice.
A second one?
No, that doesn't make sense. It has to be the same one.
There's no road here. How do you get a van in? I've had a problem with the game. With the game.
I tell you what, this is nothing like Fallout 1. What's Nate supposed to do about his big speech tonight?
You're gonna knock him dead at the Veterans Hall tonight, hun.
He's been practicing.
They're
and
definitely dead
practicing.
now.
Because of the bombs, it's probably been postponed.
Oh no, he had that whole war never changes thing going on. He thought that's great.
Has he got the rest of the speech somewhere?
Yeah, no, the speech is the intro. That's his speech.
Oh. Why didn't they make that more obvious?
The thing is, I think they did. I think you just weren't paying attention. When you so
I
that's
think
Nate
you were
looking
just
at a
being
photo
a
of
little
Nora.
oblivious.
And then that is not Nora. That's Nate's great grandma. And the little kid is meant to be Nate's granddad or something.
God, why go that far?
Well,
so
Yuko,
stupid.
good news for you.
I hate that you make
With
putting
the
me in a
power
position
of
where I'm
mods,
defending this
you
as
can
right.
do
But
anything.
this game you just don't listen.
This game sucks.
I hate it. I take back everything I said.
We descend the elevator down to our new life in the vault.
We did it.
Oh my God, Mr. B, we made it.
We made it.
The gate to the elevator opens.
And a man on the other side addresses us.
Everyone please step off the elevator and proceed up the stairs in an orderly fashion.
No need to worry, folks.
Mr. Russell walks
Yes, up the
first.
stairs.
I can't believe it.
So Nate slowly walks up to the vault facility. We see all sorts of, we push in front of Mr. Russell. We see all sorts of crazy new things.
A terribly haircutted man holding a clipboard. A security guard line dancing in slow motion. A vault guy
Lore
gives us some
accurate,
instructions.
lore accurate.
Step over to the table, take a suit.
And a woman holding some Vault 111 merch. I'll take like 40, says Nate, very solemnly.
Thanks.
Nice.
Just follow
Nice.
the doctor here. He'll show you where to go.
All right, you three. Follow me.
The doctor in the lab coat then leads us further into the vault.
Mr. Z, you see that little interesting contraption on his arm?
Yeah?
What do you reckon that is?
I think he's fisted a fleshlight.
Oh, you're gonna love it here. This is one
Shut
of
up.
the most
Oh my
advanced facilities.
God.
As we walk down the hall, we pass some of our old neighbors from Sanctuary Hills.
It's gone. Our home. Everything we had.
Sir?
Just the way they stand off to the side. Our home, everything is gone. Yes, Mr. Exposition, you have my condolences. Anyway, eventually we reach a big room, and in there are a bunch of human-sized pods stacked against the walls. So what the hell are these?
Now the Vault-Tech doctor turns around. He says, "All right, folks, you guys got any questions?"
Oh yeah, I've got a whole bunch. What do these pods do?
Yeah, look, I wouldn't worry about that, man.
Just step in here and put
Well-
your vault suit on.
Just get naked in front of everybody?
Just relax.
So we put on our Vault suit and we
The
climb
judgment
inside
look.
the pod.
And we are locked in.
The pod will decontaminate and depressurize you before we head deeper in the vault.
Well, this seems great, Mr. B.
Yeah, I'm just glad Mr. Russell's safe.
Time for a whole new life.
And Nora, she waves to us from across the room.
Clingy.
Wow.
But then we notice that the temperature in the pod is starting to go down. Excuse me, there's something wrong with the air conditioning.
And the glass is frosting over.
I wish I had that kind of air conditioning. Or any air conditioning.
More severe.
My jealousy is real right now.
Is being frozen.
I want to be frozen.
Popsicle.
And we fade to white.
Nobody asked a question. Not one of them. Just hop in this big metal pod. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Also, man, if we're being real, I'm like 100% sure that that baby's dead. Like, there is no way that you put a mother and a baby in the same pod. You're like, yep, spin that thing down to 0.
So it's staying warm.
It's got its little beanie.
We're gonna put a jacket
It's
on this
fine.
thing.
It's fine. Nothing to worry about.
So we've been frozen for God knows how long. But then
Welcome back, kill
strangely,
me.
Nate hears the voice of the vault computer.
Manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis suspended.
What? Cryogenic stasis?
Wait a minute.
When are we going
What a surprise!
Okay, so what's happening? We've suddenly unfrozen.
Cryosleep has been
Taking a
overridden
nice
manually.
cold
It
nap.
must be time to greet the new world.
Hey, hold your horses, Mr. Z. We see 2 figures walk into view. A woman in a full hazmat suit and a bald man in a leather jacket. They seem to be very interested in our wife's pod.
Open it.
Nora's pod opens. She and Sean are awake.
Are we okay?
Almost.
The scientist-looking lady reaches forward and tries to grab Sean, yoinking it from Nora.
But Nora isn't having it. She fights back.
No, I got him.
Okay, hold on.
Is my sound
If you put me in a
okay?
cryopod.
Done.
I feel like my
and then
mic's
you suddenly
picking something
woke
up
me
I can't
And you
hear.
were wearing that outfit.
Oh, this whole thing? Yeah.
And you said, I need your baby. I'll go, oh, okay. You look like a scientist. Like, why would I say no?
So Nora is fighting with the scientist. No, you cannot have my baby.
Oh yeah, give me one of those cryopods for my bed.
And then the mysterious
I'll just
bald
sleep in
man
one of
holds
those.
up his gun.
I'm only gonna tell you once.
I'm not giving you shot.
He shoots her
Dun
dead.
dun dun.
Nora's pod closes back up, and the scientists abscond with Sean.
But before they leave, Mr. B, the bald
try to
man
fix
walks
something.
right up to our pod and says,
At least we still have a backup.
you'd better get a good look at me
Rude.
revenge, leader.
Cryogenic
refreeze her?
reinitialized.
Our teeth start to chatter, and we go back to cryosleep.
End of scene. Ad time, Mr. B. Let me tell you a story.
Go on.
I was wandering in the forest one day, but it was very foggy. I started to get lost. Where am I? I was so parched. I thought I might die of thirst. But then, in the distance, hello, said a man behind me. I turned around. There was an old man right there. Feeling thirsty, perhaps? he
For
said
fuck's
to me.
sake.
Then he showed me his magic goblet. First he poured in water, and then a scoop of Gamer Sups.
What is Gamer Sups?
It is a magic flavor powder drink used by wizards all across the globe to help them through their busy day. Available in both
I haven't
caffeine
had Gamer
and
Sups,
caffeine-free.
even though I've seen
What
it fucking
flavor?
everywhere.
There's so many flavors on the website. Look at all these.
But I'm interested to
And
find
then
out
he
if
shook
its
the cup.
flavor
He said,
is
peer into my ball.
better or worse
and
than
I shall
what's the
read
other
your
one?
book.
What's the other
Because the ball was transparent,
energy drink
we
powder
could see
thing
the color
that I can't
of
remember the name
Gamer
of?
Sups. Look, boy, it's blue. That means you're literally dying. He put a cup up to my mouth. Drink, boy, he said.
I gulped down every last drop, and suddenly I started to feel energized.
Oh, someone doing a tier
perked
list
up,
of them?
but
Nice.
no sugar.
So then I got out of the forest, right? And I went back to work. And then I put the cup there on my desk. Put my own flavor in there. People thought it was a very nice cup. Conversation piece.
Fucking hell.
And then they see, oh, he's in a yellow kind of mood.
That means
I know Yuko.
about to shit
You've
your pants.
had
That's
some of
right,
these.
Mr.
You have
B.
like some
you can
favorites.
Call me a king because I'm always crowning.
Anyway, so that's the cup. I hope you like it.
Oh, but Mr.
Wow.
Z, I've only got 90% of the cost of one of those cups.
I've got good news for you, Mr. B. Gamer Subs right now is doing 10% off. It's the whole store, 10% off the entire store. It's an unbelievable deal.
But only if you use the magical incantation. His story in that checkout. It's a spell.
And over. More time passes. Sunrise, Sunset.
My eyes.
Sunrise. Oh, once again, we have returned from the frozen world.
Once
It
again,
sounds like
I'm
the cryo
envious
system's
of
failed,
taking
and
that
it's
cold
thawing us
nap.
out.
Nate stumbles out of his pod and falls to the ground. Ooh.
He looks at Nora, he runs over and he's like,
Come on! There has to be a release!
I'm gonna get my wife. Maybe the bullet froze before it went right through her skull.
Come on! Oh, God!
The door to the cryopod opens. Oh my god, my wife. I'm too late. The body's already cold.
I'll find who did this.
Shut up.
Then I'll get Sean back.
We loot the wedding ring. It's been a hell of a day, Mr. B. The world ended, Nate's wife is dead, and his baby Sean has been stolen. What is there to do? How will he rebuild his life? Alright, step one. I gotta get out of this place. Too many bad memories. So we go running haphazardly through the vault. How long have we been out?
Well, we don't know. A couple days? A minute? 2? What's going on? Things look a little different. The whole place is deserted, and it's looking a little bit worse for the wear.
Good one, Mr. B.
There's giant roaches and skeletons.
Everyone else in this vault is dead. There's not a single living soul here but us.
Even Mr. Russell's dead. What happened
Not
in this
Mr.
vault
Russell.
while we were frozen?
There's no time for that now, Mr. B. We've just arrived at the exit to the vault. But it's closed by a big door.
He walks up to a big security panel, and when he tries to open the front door...
Pip-Boy interface required.
Ah, no, Mr. B, you need a Pip-Boy to open the door.
Oh, look at that. There's a Pip-Boy on this skeleton's wrist. This is what that scientist from before was wearing.
Listed a flashlight.
This must be him.
It's a flashlight.
So Nate
What
picks
the
up
hell?
the Pip-Boy and puts it on his wrist. I hope it doesn't turn us into a skeleton. He then plugs the Pip-Boy into the door console. We're in.
Then we press the open button on the vault.
Vault door cycling sequence initiated.
The door rolls open.
Please stand back.
Nate saunters out of Vault 111 and into the wasteland.
Return to the surface, and thank you for choosing Vault Tech.
The elevator doors open. Sunlight beams through. They've still got that in the future? Nate lowers his hand, and the vision of a wasteland comes into focus.
Oh my god. What happened?
Remember the nuclear explosion?
That reminds me of shocked in
Just
Spanish.
mere moments
You know?
ago.
Wrong, Mr. B. This was many moons ago. Not knowing quite what to do, Nate decides to head back home.
So Nate makes the haunting walk back to Sanctuary Hills.
Not those fucking sounds. Hold on. I'm trying to see if we can get better video quality here.
Things are looking a little bit different.
This is a lot of environmental storytelling right now. We look at an old destroyed billboard. Reminds me of the long, long ago. We walk a little further and, oh, there's a skeleton on the ground.
Something must have happened here. You know,
It's a mystery.
war,
Yeah, what? What about it?
I mean, it may never change.
What? Yeah?
But it certainly does. No, war does change.
Yeah.
War has
Yeah,
changed.
yeah, I follow you.
War's changed Boston
But how much?
into a wasteland.
You-
Can we get this in black and white? We go. So war,
Right.
but what it does change the Boston into the waste, the Commonwealth.
You have given me a lot to think about.
Anyway, Nate returns to Sanctuary Hills and walks through the devastated houses until...
Look, Mr. B, there's our house. Oh, and in front of it, there's Codsworth, and he's still alive.
Codsworth.
It's really you.
Nate asks a very
Codsworth
important
has
question.
been through it.
What?
I'm afraid I don't know anything, sir. The bombs came and all of you left in such a hurry. 2 centuries with no one to talk to, no one to serve.
200 years?
How many years?
That's insane.
A bit over 210, actually, sir.
Nate's like, that ain't right. And he quickly looks down at his Pip-Boy to check the date. Uh-oh. The year is 2287.
He was frozen for 200 years!
Codsworth hits us with the sarcastic option.
That means you're 2 centuries late for dinner.
Actually, while we're on the topic, why does it look like shit? Why haven't you been cleaning? He has like one function. It's to clean. I saw him trimming the hedges before.
Don't get me started about the futility of dusting a collapsed house. 10 years trying to keep the floors waxed. But
Speaking of waxing.
where is your better half, by the by?
Wow.
She's dead, Codsworth. Someone shot her right in the head with a .45 cal, and her head exploded like a glass jar filled with goo hidden in a concrete
Yeah, I usually
step.
stuck with dog meat.
Then they kidnap
Or companion.
Oh,
Codsworth salts the wound.
sir, I have been thinking. It's been ages since we've had a proper family activity. Checkers, or perhaps charades.
Damn it.
Nate has had enough.
I'm dying.
Doesn't even give handies. Fucking
All right, time to find my son.
fucking hell,
There's
you
no
guys.
real clue of where to go or what to do. Nate heads off into the wasteland. He goes running for many miles along the road.
It's literally
just like that Cormac McCarthy
It's
novel.
literally like 30 seconds away.
Until he comes across an old petrol station? Whoa! And there he meets a new hairy four-legged friend.
I've only got 2 legs, Mr. B.
No, Mr. Z, this is a dog called Dog Meat, and he's gonna be our new friend.
Nate asks if he's seen Sean at all.
Give me Sean! No!
Alas, this shepherd hound only speaks German.
Ihr Sohn ist 60 Jahre alt
Oh
und
my
leitet das Institut.
God.
Okay then, let's stick together.
Dogmeat leads us even further down the road. Has Sean been through here? Nate keeps an eye out for tiny baby footprints. Eventually, after many more miles, Nate stumbles upon a town called Concord. It looks as though this would have been a very nice place to live once. Some shopping downtown, except it's full of raiders now.
That's right, Mr. Z, raiders in Concord.
And they're all heading to the big building at the center of town, the Museum of Freedom. So we fight our way there. How will Chris get his son back? We don't know. Have you seen my son?
No.
Have you seen my son?
The baby Sean? Ah, damn it.
They're making a joke about this, but that's basically what Fallout 4 is when it comes to the campaign. The main story. That's basically what it is. You're literally mowing people down looking for your beba. That's basically it. That's it. No more notes. No more. That's all you need to know. Kill people while looking for your beba.
Should have asked him some questions.
What was he going to say when I said, hey, yeah. As we get closer to the building, suddenly we hear a man on a balcony calling out for help.
Hey, up here, on the balcony. I've got a group of settlers inside. The raiders are almost through the door. Help us, please!
So Nate reloads and heads inside the Museum of Freedom. He's pistol whipping strangers.
Yep, that is the Fallout 4
Eventually, on
main
the top
storyline.
floor, there he finds some non-hostile NPCs. A man in a cool white duster jacket and a cowboy hat walks up. The man who was yelling from the balcony.
This is Preston Garvey.
He's got style
Commonwealth Minutemen.
and is eager to not lead.
What the heck is the Minutemen, asks Nate.
We're like the Boy Scouts of the Wasteland. Anyone needs help, we're there for them.
Protect the people at a minute's notice.
Really? That's amazing news, says Nate. I've got a problem. See, someone stole my son.
My son Sean's been kidnapped. He's not even a year old.
Very empathetically,
Technically,
Garvey
he's
says,
over 200, but
That's
you know
messed
what?
Anyway, on to my problems.
A month ago, there were 20 of us. Yesterday, there were 8. Now we're 5.
That means we lost a total of 15 people. That's way worse than just your son.
Damn.
Maybe you should be consoling me.
Damn.
Sorry.
Damn.
Sounds rough.
Thanks.
Nate solemnly says,
The world's changed so much. None of this makes sense.
yeah, awesome, says Garvey.
Listen, we need your help. And then maybe we can help you, huh?
Nate scans the room. Now, Garvey is talking about these people.
Who are these people?
Just folks looking for
Yeah,
a new
I love
home.
how Fallout
meet
3
them
and
now,
Fallout
says
4 are
Preston
literally
Garvey.
just
The Longs,
mirrors of
Marcy
themselves
and
when it comes to the
What are you
main
going to do in
storyline.
that stupid jumpsuit? Bleed to death?
That's old Mama Murphy on the couch.
This old lady, she's out of her mind.
God, this
And this
meme
here's Sturgis.
of a woman.
Preston then looks out the window. Okay, that's enough chit-chat. There's more raiders coming, and it looks like there's far more of them than there are of us.
We need your help.
Nate says, but we're so outnumbered. What are we supposed to do? Don't worry, we've got an ace up our sleeve.
Sturgis, tell him.
The camera pans over.
There's a crashed vertibird up on the roof.
And?
Looks like one of its passengers left behind a seriously sweet goodie. We're talking a
I love how the
cherry T-45 power armor.
I love how we're literally seeing the Fallout game failing here when it comes to following along with what's being said. It's like it's frozen on still what Preston Garvey said. We love that. We love seeing it in real time.
Already knows what that is because he was in the army.
That's some serious protection.
Oh, it gets better.
There's also a minigun.
Sturgis, tell us, see, it's stuck on that.
So off Nate goes to the roof to grab that power armor. He leaps right off the building and starts opening fire.
But for a minigun, this thing's actually pretty big.
Well,
But, uh-oh, here's trouble. A sewer grate busts open, and out comes a death claw. And it's got a skull next to its name.
That's the most fierce monster in the whole game.
And we're fighting it right at the start? This is a little bit different to the Fallout I know.
Guys, you have no idea how many times we had to do this bit. We basically had to quick save scum. It was so difficult, I nearly Steam refunded the game.
not Steam refunded.
We head back inside the building to talk to the Minutemen. We march right up to Preston Garvey, and he says,
That was a pretty amazing display.
no problem.
And now that I've helped you, Preston, can you help me find my son?
Preston puts down his gun and says,
Listen, one thing you should know about us, we help out our friends.
amazing. Okay, cool. So the last place I saw Sean was...
So here.
Oh.
And Preston hands us 100 bottle caps.
What am I supposed to do with this? What happens now? Well, we can't set up a base in Concord. There's too many raiders here, and more are on their way. So instead, we're gonna go to a new place. Mama Murphy's been talking about it.
Some old neighborhood, but one we can make new again.
It's called Sanctuary. Let's head there now.
I think we could settle down here. Make it a place to call home. What do you think?
Yeah. I used to like living here.
In the long, long ago.
He looks down.
Back in my
back.
day.
Before the war.
I lived here over 200 years ago. I was frozen or something for most of it.
Damn. Anyway. I hope you don't mind.
Damn. Anyway, I've got another
I got my own
favorite
problems.
so
Well, that much is true.
Suddenly, Mama Murphy pipes up.
this woman, this
We reluctantly
meme
turn
of a woman.
around to humor what she is about to say.
Your son's energy, he's alive.
What? Nate does an impression of Frasier.
I'm listening.
I'm a psychic. I can see the future.
Bullshit. You're trying to play me for a fool.
Look, kid, I know how I sound.
But you gotta trust me, I take a lot of drugs and then I have visions.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Cams. They give old Mama Murphy the sight.
Okay.
And I know where you should start looking for your son, Nate.
Diamond City.
She's right, Nate, chimes in Preston. Diamond City's the biggest settlement around here. Surely someone there can help you.
That's vague.
Oh, don't be like that, Nate. Head to Diamond City. I'll even mark the location on your map. And, you know, while I'm marking locations on your map...
I've had word from a settlement asking for help. Do you think you could go help out?
We're
with the
not
settlement?
doing that. Right, so off we go running to find our son and ignore the middlemen.
That's right, Mr.
Not
Z.
the middlemen.
We're off to Diamond City.
Well, Mr. B, I think things have just gone from bad to worse.
Out of the cryopod and into the freezer.
What is a man such as Nate to do?
If this was me, I would take this time to reflect. I'd start working on myself. I'd start reading more.
Fucking
I'd start working on my semen
Here we
retention.
go.
I would start focusing on stacking cash. All right.
Right, yeah. Now, here's what
Or
I don't
bottle caps.
understand. When they unfroze Nora's pod with Sean, they unthawed me too, and I don't understand, because there's clearly like a console on each of the pods. Why didn't they just unfreeze Nora's?
What would be way spookier is you wake up and your wife's dead.
Yeah, I can't help but feel that as well. Like, oh wow, time to reunite with my family. What the hell? You know, you go over to some of the cryopods and you'd be like, surely Mr. Russell's okay. And you press the button and...
Come on!
We're all just
be released.
we're all just worried about Mr. Russell over here.
Hey, if anyone watching this
Forget
is
the
one
wife.
Of the, like,
What about Mr.
Bethesda
Russell?
lore channels, could you please do a lore video on Mr. Russell and then let us know? We'd love to see that.
I have no doubt there's
understand
been
cosplay.
lore videos on Mr.
Like,
Russell.
he's still operating.
I
he's
have
still
no doubt.
functioning. He hasn't lifted a fucking finger. He could be doing the hedges.
He does do the hedges. He's doing
No,
the hedges.
I will
when you come up.
admit, one of the things that always bugged me about this is like, especially when it came to the whatchamacallit, where you could like fix shit up and build shit, is like you couldn't actually make it look good. Like it wasn't a rusted pile of shit. Unless you modded the hell out of it. That pissed me off. I was like, can I please just have a good looking settlement thing? Please? Like, unless you modded the hell out of it in the base game, it all looked like shit.
He could take down a tree if he wanted.
Why would he do that then? Also, the laser musket really annoys me.
Yeah, go on.
You take a laser rifle, which is this like culmination of amazing pre-war technology, right? But what the Minutemen do, Mr. Z, is they take this laser rifle, they strip all the important parts off it, and then sticky tape those parts to a wooden stock, thereby creating a worse laser rifle, and then say, yep, that's our new gun. It's insane, is what it is. It'd be like taking an AK-47 and chucking it on a broom and being like, oh yes, it's a Kalashna broom. It's the main weapon of us, the Scrubby Dub boys.
Yeah,
The Scrubby Dub boys.
It's like, what is the advantage? Is it better?
You can keep more bullets, right? No, less.
Much less, like a lot less.
Is Mama Murphy blind?
No, she has the sight, dude.
Mr. B, is Mama Murphy actually psychic, or is she just kind of like wacky?
Within Fallout, psychers, what they're called, exist.
What, like in Warhammer?
Yeah, it's an actual thing.
Well then.
It's an
It's a
actual
thing.
thing.
Can you stop fighting me on this? Trust me. Okay?
Trust me, bro.
Like
Trust
Preston Garvey
me.
a lot more than I like Sturgis.
You don't like Sturgis?
A full set of cherries to power up. I hate that. Well, off we go into the wasteland. We're going to go to Diamond City, and we're going to find our son, goddammit. We got to make that speech. Nate runs all the way from Sanctuary to Diamond City. There it is, the big sticky.
Isn't this Fenway Park, the baseball stadium?
From Boston?
Yeah, they've taken the old stadium and turned it into a settlement. As Nate approaches the front gate, he sees a lady in a red leather coat. Oh, and who's this beautiful creature?
That's Piper, and she seems to be locked out of the city.
Damn it, Danny, open up! Stop playing around, Danny. I'm standing out in the open here, for crying out loud.
Piper's in the middle of an argument with a guy on an intercom system.
Oh.
Now the guy on the intercom's saying,
I'm sorry, Piper, but someone put up a no chicks allowed sign in the city, and
Oh my.
I'm just following orders.
Got orders not to let you in, Miss Piper. I'm sorry.
Mr. B, I don't understand. What's going on?
So Piper here is a reporter for a local newspaper, Mr. Z, and it sounds like her most recent article was very critical of Diamond City's mayor, so now she's been locked out of town.
Mayor McDonough's really steamed, Piper. Saying that article you wrote was all lies.
Oh, look, it's the scary reporter. Oh, protecting Diamond City means keeping me out, is that it?
I'm sorry.
Ugh. I live here. You can't just lock me out.
Piper turns around and sees Nate standing there. She says,
You want into Diamond City, right?
I do, says Nate, shaking his head up and down feverishly.
Yeah.
And so Piper comes up with a clever ruse.
Shh. Play along.
What's that? You said you're a traitor up from Quincy?
Play along with what? What are you talking? I'm not from Quincy.
Have you seen my son?
You have enough supplies to keep the general store stocked for a whole month?
And you've got Gamer Sups in both caffeine and caffeine-free? So she turns back to the intercom and says, everyone's going to starve and die from lack of supplies. I guess that's the security guard's fault.
Jeez, all right.
All right, hold on, I'll let you in. Just shut up.
Give me a minute.
Better head inside quick before old Danny catches on to the bluff.
The big green gate to the city opens up. It worked. We're in.
The idea that they don't have monitors to see out the door? Like, what's the point of this big fuck-off door if a raider can come along and go, ow, I'm an injured little kid. Open door. Let's go. Nate follows Piper into the stadium.
True enough, true enough.
Oh, who's that there? It's the mayor. And he's still powerful mad about that article that Piper wrote.
You devious, rabble-rousing slanderer. The level of dishonesty in that paper of yours. I'll have that printer scrapped for parts.
Ooh, that a statement, Mr. McDonough? Tyrant mayor shuts down the press.
Nate tries to cut through the crap.
What are you two arguing about anyway?
The mayor says,
Piper here accused me in her paper of working for the Institute, which I'm not. You are so. Nuh-uh.
I don't know what the Institute is.
Oh, I didn't mean to bring you into this argument, good sir.
The mayor welcomes you to Diamond City.
I'm the mayor. Welcome
No
to the
shit.
great green jewel of the Commonwealth. Safe, happy, a fine place to come. I'm the mayor.
Anyway, the mayor turns back to Piper and says,
From now on, consider you and that little sister of yours on notice.
Yeah, keep talking, McDonough. That's all you're good for.
So the mayor's walked away and we're left alone with Piper.
A big Diamond City welcome from the mayor. Look, I gotta go get settled in, but, stop by my office later. I have an idea for an article you'd be perfect for.
Oh my god.
Do you think that I give a shit about some local newspaper? Where's my son? So leave that conversation and walk on through to Diamond City proper. Biggest settlement in Boston. Wow. We see camper vans on massive bollards, rundown shacks made of corrugated iron. Ah, this is Public Occurrences, the newspaper that Piper owns. And this street urchin on a literal soapbox is Piper's sister, Nat.
Piper, you're back. Hey, kiddo. How are the paper sales?
Well, the presses are getting overloaded. That motor is going to go soon if we don't replace it.
Whatever, kid, says Piper.
I gotta head into the office.
Piper walks away. Nat then turns to us and says,
Free paper to newcomers.
a free paper? Nate takes some time to be sarcastic at this kid.
A free paper? Sounds like quality.
No, go on, Nate. You might like this paper. It's all about the Institute.
The Institute?
You ain't heard of the Institute, mister?
No, sounds dumb.
The Institute takes people. They snatch people up in the night and no one hears from them again.
Sounds
Okay,
familiar.
Kid, that's a cute story.
I'm serious.
Get out of my way, kid. I got busy things to do.
So we head into Public Occurrences, Piper's journalist agency. She greets us at the door.
Glad you dropped by.
Let me just cut to the chase, says Piper.
So here's the deal. I want an interview. Your life story in print.
Nate says, yeah, maybe. What will you do for me? Do this big exclusive interview and...
I'll tell you what. I'll come with you.
I'll become an optional follower and companion. Nate agrees.
All right, Piper. I'm in.
Good.
And we pick the sarcastic option for every question of the interview.
Nice.
Get down to business.
Nice.
So I know you're from the vault. How would you describe your time on the inside?
Why would they put a sarcastic option if they didn't want us to pick it? All right.
It was just me and 1,000 guinea pigs. They turned carnivorous.
They had these.
I took a frozen nap
Reddit gold whenever we made a funny.
and watched my wife get murdered.
I guess we're gonna have to go with the satirical approach.
And oh yeah,
So
baby's
you've seen
missing.
the Commonwealth. Diamond City. How does it compare to your old life?
You're all living in rusty shacks, killing each other. Oh my god, the smell.
Okay. Now the big question. Why come to Diamond City?
I'm sorry you're having problems, Yuko.
You're looking for someone, aren't you?
Yeah, Yomi needs to stop sending the cursed internet your way. That's so rude.
My son! Oh, a missing person? What do they look like? Well, he's about yay high, and then he squats like all the way down the ground. Bald.
Wearing a beanie, I guess?
Very young. Blue eyes, just like useless stuff.
But like never specifies that he's a baby.
Has trouble walking, but he's not in a wheelchair. Piper then drops one bombshell of a question.
Do you suspect the Institute's involved?
The Institute? Who were they?
Piper takes a deep breath.
That, Blue, is the biggest mystery in the Commonwealth.
No one knows nothing about the Institute. They're pretty much the Robo-Illuminati.
No one really knows who or where they are, but their handiwork is all over.
Okay.
It sounds crazy, I know, Nate, but they really do exist.
Okay.
No, wait, I can prove it, Nate. They're basically cloning people and replacing people with...
Okay.
Synths. Synthetic people.
They make synthetic people?
That's right.
And they act as like the spies
Sure,
of the Institute
sure,
and stuff.
Sometimes they even replace a person with a synth double.
So Piper takes a big pause and expectantly looks at us and says...
So do you think they could be involved? The Institute or one of their agents?
How the fuck would I know? I've been frozen for 200 years.
I just got here. What do you...
Well, in any case.
For the last part of our interview, I'd like to do something different. What would you say to someone out there who's lost a loved one but might be too scared or too numb to the world to look for them? I think my readers can relate to that. That's everything.
Nice.
It's gonna take some time to put
Beautifully
this all
said.
together.
Beautifully
She didn't
said.
take a single fucking note. She's not recording anything. Oh my god, she's even got the little ticket that says press.
Nate just presses it. Doesn't do anything. Whenever I do it, it just makes him mad.
Anyway, I agreed to come with you, right?
And just like that, we have got our second companion now, Piper. All right, well, what do I do next, says Nate. Let's go to Nick Valentine. He's a private detective, and he's very good at finding people. Also, he's got an office here in Diamond City. Let's go.
Just say the word when you're ready. I can't wait to see where the story goes next.
Piper then goes over to her couch and sits down.
Well, Piper, I hate to say this after you just sat down, but...
Hey, Piper.
Heading my way?
Sure, let's go.
Will do.
What the fuck is going on?
Dialogue. Communication.
So we head through the
It's
back streets
beautiful.
of Diamond City. We can see a neon sign that reads Valentine Detective Agency. This is the place. We head into this detective agency, and frankly, it's a mess. Oh, of course, they've got the cinder blocks, standard issue.
His ties.
Standard issue. Shut up.
Nick.
Why are they bothering to put things in cabinets and then leaving papers on the floor and then walking on the papers?
You're being pedantic.
I'm not.
It's
They're being
aesthetic.
ridiculous.
It's
Also, look how
aesthetic.
low that ceiling fan is. Just cut your head off. Across the room is a young lady, rummaging through a filing cabinet. So Nate approaches and asks,
Something wrong?
Dude, it's Tone.
Something wrong?
What's going on there, sweetheart? I don't want to see you cry.
Another
What's
stray
up,
coming in from the
Buttercup?
rain.
The lady spins around, and she says,
Afraid you're too late. Office is closed.
Look, stranger, the office is closed right now. And Nate replies,
Wait, who are you? You the detective?
Me? No, I'm Nick's secretary. Handle his appointments, his papers, that sort of thing.
well, that's great. I need to see Valentine pronto. Yesterday. I need him to detect where my son is. He's been taken, and my wife's dead.
No can do, stranger. You see, Mr. Valentine's gone missing.
He disappeared working a case. Skinny Malone's gang had kidnapped a young woman, and he tracked them down to their hideout in Park Street Station.
Oh no, says Piper.
Nikki's missing. What has he gotten himself into this time?
Do you think maybe the Institute's involved?
Oh, for
Piper,
fuck's
this is
sake.
important.
Who's this Skinny Malone character?
Ellie replies,
I don't know much about him, but
All I know is he's a dangerous gangster, and he's apparently kidnapped a young woman. Her parents are worried sick. Mr. Valentine went looking for him, and ever since then, I ain't seen him. I think he's in a terrible way.
Nate says, Well, I need Valentine's help, lady.
Do you have any idea how I could find him?
Well, word's going round that he...
Track them down to their hideout in Park Street Station.
Scooch over here and I'll mark it on your map.
There's an old vault down there they use as a base. I told Nick he was walking into a trap, but he just smiled and walked out the door like he always does.
Right, so you're saying that if I find Valentine, he'll help me find my son. Deal.
I'll find him. You have my word.
Thank you. Nick should be easy to spot. He's always wearing that old hat and trench coat getup. Please, hurry.
So we head off to find Detective Valentine. And as we leave through Diamond City, what the hell's happening over there, Mr. B?
It seems like there's some
even more drama
in the town square. What's going on? Everyone is gathered around two men in the center of Diamond City.
This guy with his hands up is Riley, and this guy holding the gun is Kyle.
Kyle says,
"What have you done with the real Riley? Where's my brother?"
"You're a synth, my own brother, a synth. Why, I ought to give you a bullet sandwich."
I swear I'm
not a bullet sandwich.
Don't shoot, for God's sakes, we're family.
Wait, what's happening? Synths? Like from the Institute? Like from Piper's newspaper?
It seems, Mr. Z, this guy thinks his brother has been switched with a fake synth double. A Diamond City guard yells out,
"Put the gun down now! He's a synth! He'll kill us all!"
And right before this Kyle customer pulls the trigger, the guard shoots him dead.
No!
His head explodes like a pomegranate with high blood pressure.
Well,
okay,
that is one way.
There are no synths in Diamond City. Hear me?
There's one way to handle it, I guess.
What happened?
He pulled a gun on me.
Frontier Justice.
My own brother.
My brother thought I was replaced by a synth. Well, are you a synth?
I'm not a synth. I told him. I kept telling him.
Of course he's not a synth, Mr. B. He looks just like a human. Surely the guard has something to say for himself.
Officer?
I need you to step away, Scabber.
I understand, officer. I just want to know what happened.
It's that newspaper's fault. Got people all riled up, thinking their own family might be replaced by machines.
Oh, so this is all Piper's fault. She's causing all this synth paranoia, Mr. Z, with her silly newspaper.
Ginning up the whole city with conspiracy theories, Mr. B.
We just cut to Piper, she's just eating noodles. Well, anyway, says Nate, let's go find this Detective Valentine customer. If I never see a synth ever again, it'll be too soon. And so, Nate and Piper leave Diamond City.
Okay, so we gotta go save Nick Valentine. He is holed up in a vault, and the entrance to that vault is a subway station. We are now outside that subway station. Let's jump in. So we get into the subway, and at this point we overhear some very incriminating dialogue.
You know what would have been really, what would have been really fucked up is if you'd woken up after your 200 nice and cold nap, and everybody is a synth. Everybody you meet, everybody you talk to, everybody you pass by, every living being is a synth. Would that not fuck with you if you found that out? You thought there was like human beings that had survived all these years after the fucking apocalypse started, but they were all synths. Everybody. That would fuck them up. It turns out you were an alien. It just keeps going.
We've ever made. I tell you what, I love being a bad guy, and I love being part of the Skinny Malone crew, which I am, and my name is the Skinny Malone guy / Steve.
The exposition boys go on to say,
I still say Malone's weak. We caught that detective snooping around, and what does he do? Locks him up.
These guys speaking, by the way, are the Trigger Men.
Hear about the main character most likely being a synth? I think I might have heard that theory.
Larpers.
So Nate walks into the reception of the subway, and the Trigger Men instantly intuit.
There's been so many theory and lore dumps about the Fallout series in general.
Nate engages in combat.
Say hello to goodbye! Malone's gonna have your guts for guns!
Nate makes his way down into the subway.
Let's see those moves, tough guy! You wise guy!
I love how he's just headshotting everybody.
Get
you goon!
Well, fee-fi-fo-fuck.
That was better than expected.
We kill all of Skinny Malone's men in the subway, and we arrive at Vault 114. This is where Mr. Valentine should be being held hostage. So we use our Pip-Boy to open the door.
That's how you open. That's how you
Didn't think we'd be coming back to a
press
vault
a big
so
button
soon,
to open
huh?
a big vault door.
Piper's just like not listening. Thanks, Piper.
Piper's
The
like,
big
fucking
vault
hell.
door opens. If Mr. Russell was here, he would go first. But it's just me and Piper, so we run in and we start blasting.
Don't worry, Valentine. We're coming, bro. All right, so there's more gangsters in this vault. We kill them.
We keep
I'd heard
pushing
about the
through until
birds
we reach
being
a
robots,
central
yeah.
atrium within the vault. And we can overhear a very subtle conversation happening in the distance.
How you doing in there, Valentine? Feeling hungry?
Ah, Nick Valentine, you are in there and looking out of the window
very
and
subtle.
hearing me with my voice. You're
So
good.
subtle,
I'll give you that.
I still don't understand what's happening. It's so subtle.
All right, Valentine's locked in that room. We gotta get in there.
It'll give Skinny Malone more time to think about how he's gonna bump you off.
Don't give me that crap, Valentine. You know nothing, you got nothing.
Really? I saw him writing your name down in that black book of his.
Valentine seems to be playing mind games with this guy. He must be one cool customer.
Lousy, cheating card shark, I think were his exact words. Then he struck the name across 3 times.
3 strikes? In the black book? But I never... Oh, no. I gotta smooth this over fast.
Now,
Oh,
if we sneak
no.
real quiet like, we might be able to close the distance across the room while the gangster is distracted.
Fuck off.
Are you drinking right now?
No.
All right, we snuck across the room.
So the bad guy comes running out the door as we're climbing the stairs and he says,
Who's there?
No, leave me alone.
Right, so we walk up to this big round glass window and we can see the silhouette of a man inside.
Nate's like, hello? Hello, are you Nick Valentine? Is that you? I need your help, please. I have a son-related problem.
But Valentine cuts him off.
I don't know who you are, but we got 3 minutes before they realize muscles for brains ain't coming back.
Uh-oh, we gotta hurry.
Get this door open.
Nate's like, hey, how do I get this door open?
You gotta hack that terminal to open up this door.
Nate heads over and hacks the terminal that opens the door.
Yes.
The door opens. Ah, finally, we see the elusive Detective Valentine.
Ah, my knight in shining armor.
But Nate's like,
whoa.
Because have you noticed something a little bit interesting about old Valentine?
no, what? Has he got a new haircut?
Not quite. He looks
Is that a new
little
hat?
bit, well, synthetic. Yeah.
Whoa, what are you?
I'm a detective.
You know what I meant.
All right, kid, you twisted my arm. I'm a synth. A delicious synth.
Wait, I thought synths were meant to look like people.
Actually, says Piper, there are lots of different types of synths. So Piper barges in and she goes, okay, so there are 3 different types of synths, right? So there's the first generation, which looks like this. They look like robo-skeletons. Then there's the next version, and they look a little more human, but they're not quite human. And then there's generation 3. Now that's the one that look indistinguishable from people. Then what is Valentine?
The discarded prototype.
I'm a prototype 2.5 version. Wow, okay, cool.
Look, I know the skin and the metal parts ain't comforting, but it's not important right now.
What matters is, why are you here to save me? What do you want, Nate?
My son, Sean, is missing.
Glad to help. But now ain't the time. Let's blow this joint. Then we'll talk.
So Nate and the fellas creep, all stealthy-like, back to the entrance of the vault.
Stealthy indeed.
What was that?
Not making a peep. Every attack more stealthy than the last.
This is how I do in stealth games.
Finally, they reach the last room before the entrance.
But on the other side of this door, who's waiting for them? None other than Skinny Malone himself.
What are you doing? You come into my house, shoot up my guys? You have any idea how much this is gonna set me back?
Valentine, we may go way back, but killing my friends and dismantling my mafia operation, well, that's 3 strikes in the black book.
Oh, come on, Skinny. Not the black book.
I wouldn't be here if it weren't for your two-timing dame, Skinny.
By two-timing dame, Valentine means this lady, Darla.
The camera cuts to a lady in a fancy sequin dress, and she's holding a baseball bat.
You ought to tell her to write home more often.
The reason why Valentine is here is because he was trying to rescue Darla and bring her back to her parents. Then he got caught and kidnapped. I can't leave here, Darla, without taking you back home to your family. However, Darla does not want to go home.
Oh, I'll just run back home to Daddy. Shall I?
Just because you came and told me to? You're not my dad. I don't have to listen to you. They can't control my life anymore.
Wow.
So Valentine, Skinny Malone, and this Darla girl are all just at each other's throats. And Nate's just standing there in the back like,
oh my God, just help me find my son. Shut up, Darla, says Nate, walking into the shot.
And what's this guy doing here, huh?
I'm here to persuade you to go home. I ain't leaving Skinny Malone. I love him.
So Nate selects a medium-level difficulty speech check and says,
Darla, listen to me.
Have you considered?
You have a home to go back to. You don't want to throw your life away with these thugs.
You're right.
You're right.
Oh my.
Though in Darla's
And that's how you
defense,
talk someone
I
down.
did console command myself to have 10 charisma, so she's up against
Not the Riz.
a brick wall of personality.
Not the Riz.
What am I doing? I've gotten all mixed up.
You make
So
a
with
good
one line of
point, random
dialogue from a
stranger.
the missing girl Darla has been convinced to go home.
Darla, where are you going?
Home, Skinny, where I should have been all this time. This is goodbye for us.
And then it just, like, I'm leaving this minute. See you later.
Zooming.
Skinny is
Zooming out of
heartbroken
there.
and furious.
Oh, come on, Nicky. You cost me my men. Now you and your friend cost me my girl?
Yeah. Valentine quips back.
You always did have bad taste in women.
Get out of here!
Nate barges in with another charismatic move.
That temper of yours, maybe
as he
you'll see
weapon
sense.
selects the mini nuke.
Well, so much for Skinny Malone.
Nate, Valentine, and Piper book it out
Nice.
of this vault.
We better get out of
That's
here.
extra hard mode stealth right there.
We've done it. We've made it out of the subway. And Nick Valentine's mighty thankful that we helped him. He says,
Thanks for getting me out. How did you know where to find me anyway?
Your secretary, Ellie, she sent me.
She did? I should give her a raise.
Good one, Valentine.
Now, you mentioned something about your son,
Riz
Sean,
up a nuke.
how he went missing. Give me
Take
all
this
the
nick
details.
of this
That's
nuke of
affirmative,
Riz
Detective
to the
Valentine.
face.
But let's talk about it more back at Diamond City.
See you in Diamond City.
Goodbye. And the scene ends. What do you think of Piper?
she's what I would refer to as bait. Everything about her seems to be like sculpted to make you fall in love with her.
Stop by my office later. I have an idea for an article you'd be perfect for.
It's a sex article.
I
Shut
found
up.
her to be annoying right off the bat. Look, the world is a wasteland. We got to do what we can to rebuild. And then the thing that you're worried about is whether I can talk shit about the mayor in my local newspaper. It just seems so trivial. Yeah. It just feels like, all right, now let me just start some fucking gossip. There's like people literally dying of thirst around you, and you're like, I don't like the mayor so much.
Tyrant mayor shuts down the press.
What's the point of having press there? Because it's not like a raider's going to go, hold on, fellas, she's here to report and observe. Oh, that's not true. She's there to fight.
Yeah.
She's got a gun.
When she kills people, she yells out, "One more for the obituary!" So what do you think about Valentine?
I do like how we only saw his silhouette, so it was kind of a surprise. I didn't expect to see a robot man when I opened the door.
I like Valentine. I think his shtick sort of runs out.
Yeah.
Because I think they just didn't have enough to do with it.
Let's blow this joint.
But, like, conceptually, I think he's great.
Yeah, I agree.
Much better than Piper.
I do want to see what's underneath the hat.
Darla.
Oh my god.
You know, you can actually run into her out in the wasteland after this.
Really?
What a mess I got myself into.
Yeah, and you run into her and she just goes, "Yeah, Skinny sucks."
Screw Skinny Malone. Who needs that big galoot anyway?
That's it.
Boy, are we persuasive.
Nice.
All right, we've got a final one. The video's not even out yet, but we've already got questions coming in from the audience, Mr. Z. The people want to know, why do you drink so fucking loudly?
I was thirsty.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have to imagine you're not going to finish this recording while still parched, so I have to imagine you did something to quench that thirst, Mr. Z. What was it?
You might have overheard maybe me drinking a game of subs.
Oh, is that what it was? 'Cause
Yeah,
it sounded like you
I knew
really
where
enjoyed
this
it.
is
I tell you
going.
what,
I knew
though,
that.
it
I
was
knew it.
the fact that I was drinking it out of one of these cups. It's one of the... yeah. And people are like, what's your mood? And I'm like, I don't even have to say it. We now have Nick Valentine on the case, on the team. We gotta find our son. The Valentine Detective Agency. It's good to be back.
Ellie? Are you here?
Nick?
Ellie comes running up to Valentine and she says,
Oh God, it's really you.
before Ellie can go in for a big robo hug, Valentine quips back in his aloof way.
Well, it's hard to mistake this mug for anyone else.
You keep laughing at death. Someday death's gonna laugh back.
Valentine then turns to Nate.
Not as long as I got a few friends to back me up.
Isn't that right, Nate? And then he turns and he winks at him, and Nate's like, I don't get, you're a robot. I just need to find my son.
It's like,
We just
I'm
met.
very synth racist. Now, Ellie is very thankful that we saved Valentine. She says,
You saved Nick, this agency, and my job. Thank you.
But that's not all.
You deserve a reward.
Oh, new wife perhaps? She seems nice.
Plus a little something extra.
You're welcome. We picked the sarcastic option.
Metal detective delivery at your service.
Ellie is no longer aroused. Valentine says, come on, you two.
Let's get down to business. Take a seat.
So Nate sits down in the chair opposite Valentine, and then stands back up again because there's a delay in the inputs cache.
When you're trying to find someone who's gone missing, the devil is in the details. Tell me everything you can.
Did you get a look at the guys who took short? And Nate says,
Yeah, conveniently woke up
the
from
window
our
was really foggy
cold
and iced
nap.
up, you see. But I saw two people.
There was a man and a woman.
So we're talking a small team.
Yes, says Nate. That is, in fact, technically the smallest number of people you could have in a team.
Anything else you remember?
They didn't say much, but I remember they called me...
What?
You're
What just
welcome.
happened?
We pick the sarcastic option.
Wait,
Metal
YouTube, are you okay?
Delivery at your service.
Ellie is no longer aroused.
So Nate sits down in the cache.
Tell me every...
And Nate says, well,
There was a man...
that is, in fact, technically
Okay,
the
I don't know what
smallest
just
number
happened.
of
YouTube
people
went
you
weird.
could have in a team.
Anything else you remember?
They didn't say much, but I remember
Yeah, it was
they
real
called me
convenient how
backup.
we woke up in time to see it.
Not sure what the backup means.
But, says Valentine,
This isn't a random kidnapping. Whoever took your kid had an agenda.
yeah, but whose agenda? Who do you think did this?
There's a lot of groups in the Commonwealth that take people. Raiders, super mutants, the Gunners, and of course there's the Institute.
Did you say the Institute? Piper, get out of here. I'm choosing. Nate selects
The Piper
Gunners.
alarm woke up.
High-end mercenaries. No job too brutal.
It's very unlikely that the Gunners would kidnap your son, unless they were trying to turn him into a gun or something. Also, they're kind of like raiders. They don't really do anything interesting. Ah, well, I know who it is then.
You think raiders might have done this?
I honestly doubt it.
Then why did you suggest it?
It's not the raiders, Nate.
They can barely organize themselves, let alone pull off something this complicated.
All right, says Nate. Seriously, then. Super mutants.
I think we can safely rule them out.
I think it's the Gunners again. It's the Institute, Nate.
So you think this institute is responsible?
I'm afraid I do, Nate.
Something goes wrong, everyone blames them.
It couldn't be the Institute. It couldn't be. The Institute is a conspiracy. It's not, Nate. It's real. Nick reveals, for you see, Valentine looks away, ashamed.
And I'm a synth myself, a discarded prototype anyway.
Nate is shocked upon hearing the revelation.
You're a prototype?
As far as I know. Never seen any other synth like myself.
Well, then surely you know what their plan is, where they are?
No one knows what their plan is, or where they are.
You don't know anything about them? Really?
Although I am a robot from the Institute, they wiped my brain memories. I remember nothing.
Really?
Some kind of security setting
Really?
strips or blocks out those memories.
Look, I don't care about any of this, says Nate. Let's get back on track.
I need to find Sean.
Let's focus on what you saw. What did these kidnappers look like?
Well, I suppose there was one thing, says Nate. Probably doesn't mean anything, but
one of them came right up to me.
Pressed his face up against the glass so I could get a real good look at him. And I could see that he had...
bald head. Scar across his left eye.
What, says Valentine, while looking at the camera aghast.
It couldn't be.
It's way too big of a coincidence.
Spit it out, says Nate.
You didn't hear the name Kellogg at all, did you?
Press the sarcastic button, Mr. B.
Oh, yeah. I heard their names, their home addresses, and where their diary keys are hidden.
Valentine then turns to our new romantic interest, and he says,
Ellie, what notes do we have about the Kellogg case?
She goes, I don't know, just turns around the clipboard, there's nothing on it.
The description matches. Bald head, scar, reputation for dangerous mercenary work, but...
everything matches up. All of the description.
He had a kid with him, didn't he? And he bought a house here in town, right?
You said he lives here?
That son of a bitch. Let me at him. What's his address? I'll go kick his ass.
Yeah, that's right. The house in the abandoned West Stands. The boy with him was around 10 years old.
10 years old? If Sean's 10 years old now, then how long was I frozen?
It could just be another kid, Nate. Either way, it sounds like we're on the right track.
Let's you and I take a walk over to Kellogg's last known address.
What?
The camera couldn't keep up.
Ellie warns us.
Bethesda.
Security doesn't really go to that part of town, but...
So it's dangerous, guys.
You two should still be careful.
I always am.
So off we all go to Kellogg's house, the home of a known serial killer. So we're on our way to Kellogg's house, and Valentine reiterates just how dangerous this Kellogg guy is.
Everything I dug up about Kellogg before his disappearance is bad news. Quick, clean, thorough. Has no enemies because they're all dead.
Nate and Nick skulk over to this Kellogg customer's
Just
house
casually
to see if they can
strolling
rustle
over.
up any clues.
It's an ordinary house in the wastelands. Nothing remarkable.
Keep an eye out, will you? Let's see if I can get this open.
Valentine begins picking the lock to the door. Haha. We get inside and... Oh.
Take a look around. Kellogg must have left something behind.
Nothing out of the ordinary, though.
It's kind of empty. Damn. Nate says it's a dead end. Guess we'll never find Sean now. Nate begins loading his gun. Valentine suddenly says, wait a minute. Does the geometry of this room not quite make sense?
Place seems small to you?
It's quite large on the outside, but so much smaller on the inside. It's like a reverse TARDIS. Maybe there's a hidden room or something, says Valentine. So Nate and Valentine begin scanning the room, looking for some sort of hidden button or lever or... bing bing bong, there it is. Under the desk, a big red inconspicuous button.
Nate presses it, and then a secret room opens up.
Totally not.
To hide a room.
Noticeable.
Inside the secret room, there are clues everywhere.
Now look at this. All of a Merc's favorite things.
He's got ammunition. He's got missiles. He's got... Wait a minute, is that a bottle of gamer subs?
The flavors, look at all the flavors he
Fuck
has,
off.
Mr. Beaters. He's got
Every
the
time.
limited edition Berry Blast. They don't sell that one no more. Oh my God, and he's got the cup too. My God, he's got everything.
That Kellogg may be a son of a bitch, but he's got good taste.
Come on, Nate, let's keep hunting for clues.
So Nate and Valentine keep looking around the safe room.
But alas, still no baby Sean. Says Nate, as he returns to his weapons inventory. Wait, says Valentine. What about these cigars here, sitting in this ashtray?
Interesting brand.
Cigars. San Francisco sunlights.
Won't lead us anywhere on its own, though.
If Kellogg likes to smoke these a lot, then perhaps he's been traveling the wastelands smoking these. And if we had, if we had something that like detected scents, you know, we might be able to follow a sort of trail of these cigar stubs all across the wasteland, Nate. Oh, yeah, but nobody can smell that good. Ah, says Nate, walking away. Wait, says Valentine.
Some dogs out there in the Commonwealth can track a man for miles.
I know a dog.
I wonder if Dogmeat could pick up the scent.
I also know who Dogmeat is, despite never meeting him and you having never mentioned him.
Why don't you go fetch him and let him have a whiff? See if he picks up the trail.
So Nate and Valentine walk outside, and Dogmeat's already there waiting, and he picks up the scent.
Got something, boy?
Yeah.
Dogmeat gets the scent and he heads off out into the wastelands. On the trail.
Alright, so Dogmeat leads us to another small cigar stub.
It's down by a small...
Dogmeat, the hero we don't deserve.
Jetty, a pier
but
perhaps.
Need.
San Francisco sunlights. Kellogg's preferred brand, all right.
Dogmeat latches onto the next part of the trail.
Hier entlang.
Not the fucking German shit.
And then he finds an old campsite that it looks like Kellogg's used recently.
It was booby-trapped.
A decoy, huh? Clever.
That's some good disarmament there, Nate.
No, let's just rewind. You'll notice it said clue because it doesn't let you activate the mine.
You know what I would have done? I probably would have done like a wicked sick backflip or something, and then I wouldn't have been caught in the blast. But I wish I did that.
So we follow Dogmeat and his amazing heckin' puppo nose all the way to Fort Hagen. This is some old military fort where it seems that Kellogg's scent goes dry. Maybe he's holed up here.
Is this the place? Is he in here, boy?
Ja, das ist ein Heidi-Hole.
That's doggo for yes.
Well then, let us go into there. We head into Fort Hagen.
And it looks like we're in some sort of admin office level. And worse, looks like it's full of synths. The old skeleton scary ones, so...
Can't be. Synths is a conspiracy.
This definitely has Institute written all over it. Does that mean Kellogg's
totally
running
not
the Institute
real.
these days? If he's even here.
Can't be. The Institute is a conspiracy.
Oh my fucking god.
That can't be a synth. It can't be. They're not real.
Oh, I mean, we never said synths weren't real.
We fight our way through the building, and we reach an elevator. We go down into the belly of the building. And there we hear the echoed din of an all too familiar voice.
Yeah, if it isn't my old friend, the frozen TV dinner.
Rude.
That's Kellogg's voice.
Last time we met, you were cozying up to the peas and apple cobbler.
What?
He's saying that we're a frozen TV dinner, which...
Oh, that's rude.
...is predicated on the fact of him knowing what a frozen TV dinner is.
He killed our wife. He stole our son. Now he's making fun of us for having been frozen. We can't let this stand. So
honestly,
we try to get it
should be jealous.
But every time we try,
I'm
he's
jealous
there
of the
thwarting
frozen
us
nap.
with, like tricks and traps and stuff. Instead of disarming them, Mr.
I want a
B
bed
just
where I can
runs
lower
right
the
through it
temperature.
and uses a stim pack.
After waking up 200 years in the future, nothing can shock me anymore, Kellogg.
Shut up.
All the while, Kellogg is on the loudspeaker intercom, taunting Nate.
Sorry, your house has been a wreck for 200 years, but I don't need a roommate. Leave.
He says some more stuff to make us feel unwelcome.
Gave you 50-50 odds of making it to Diamond City. After that, figured the Commonwealth would chew you up like jerky.
I figured the Commonwealth would chew you up and spit you out and chew you up again and then spit you all around the room and then spit you into the peach cobbler and here's the thing.
So much spit. Too much.
Now Kellogg can see
God.
that we're not turning around. We're still marching forward. So Kellogg starts monologuing even harder.
You got guts and determination. It's admirable.
He's just like sitting there with, at a mic, presumably saying all this stuff.
And here's another thing, actually. And now a word from our sponsors. And now, Yellow by Coldplay.
We're getting so close to Kellogg now, and he's starting to shift from cocky to kind of negotiating.
It's not too late. Stop. Turn around and leave. You have that option.
That doesn't work either.
Listen, Nate, really? Listen, though. You've got no idea what you're working with. You're in over your head in ways you can't possibly comprehend.
But we kept marching forward right to the final door. Kellogg is mere meters away.
Okay.
So Kellogg gives us one last plea.
I'm just up ahead. My sins are standing down. Let's talk.
The security door opens up and we walk through. We are heading for the denouement, the climax of the story, as we are about to get our vengeance. That was really fun running all across the wasteland, right?
Takes 20 minutes.
I liked the bit where we got to the dock.
Was it a dock? I'm pretty sure it was a pier, wasn't it?
A pontoon, if you will.
Something that's always bothered me about Kellogg's house is we're running the tech where we've got secret doors and secret compartments to make the house have a secret little safe room.
Yeah.
No one at any point picked up a broom.
Yep, television on the floor for no reason, scattered papers.
I have to imagine it's
an
because
aesthetic.
they turned all the brooms into
How
guns.
can you tell if you're in the apocalypse?
Just leave them on the mezzanine, please.
If you don't have
Like,
shit on the
button's not
floor
secret
randomly
either,
for
it's
no
like this
reason.
big red button.
I like the idea that it's like slightly buzzing as well. It's got that electrical. It's got that like zzz going.
Yeah, it drives me mad. Like none of it makes any sense. And it's like the world building. Really? Where's he getting the like specialized cigars? Is he
San Francisco?
Is he going to San Francisco?
Can we just chuck that up on the map? See how far San Fran is to Boston?
Oh yeah, just a quick
It's
little
so far away.
quick little jog over.
It's so far away.
What if the speakers just weren't working? Nate's walking in, and Kellogg's there. He's like, I'm gonna hit him with. Just comes out like. Nate's like, well, this place must be haunted. That's scary. But anyway, Mr. Z, Kellogg, he has our son.
And so we're about to head in and hopefully avenge our wife and get back our son. I know he's probably like in that room. We're just gonna scoop him up and go, come on, and feed him straight from our bosom. All right, well, let's see how it unfolds.
What?
So here we are. We enter a big open room. It's dark. It's poorly lit. But suddenly, a bunch of lights all pop on in order. And behind a computer console walks Kellogg, the man who ruined our life.
We walk right up to Kellogg, briskly, so that he knows we're serious.
So, here we are. Funny, huh?
You murdering, kidnapping psychopath.
Where's Sean?
Tell me,
Give me my son!
Sean!
Give me Sean! No! Right to it then, huh?
Grr.
Okay. Fine.
Nick Valentine is like, ooh, he's at the edge of his seat. Piper's there, and dog meat, and we're all paying close attention.
And then we hard cut to Codsworth dead in a dumpster somewhere.
Pal, I'm just a puppet like you. The stage is a little bigger, that's all.
Now, Kellogg decides not to tell us very much at all. He's going to be very cryptic about the whole thing. He's going to be the riddle master.
Where is my son? Where is Sean?
Sean's a good kid. Bit older than you expected, am I right?
Yes, I suspect he is 10 now, because people said they saw you walking around with a 10-year-old boy.
But he's doing great. Only, he's not here. If you're hoping for a happy reunion, ain't gonna happen, pal.
Oh.
Your boy's not here.
Oh. So where is he?
Sean's in a good place. Where he's safe and comfortable and loved.
Where he's safe and comfortable. Oh God, he's dead. He's in heaven, isn't he?
That's the cliche. So close, but yet so far away.
He talks so cryptically for no reason.
He is everywhere, but he is nowhere. Fiddle-dee-dee.
God damn it, you mercenary motherfucker. Where is my son?
Sean's safe. At home. In the Institute.
Dun dun.
The Institute? Piper's like, I knew it. Nate is starting to get very angry.
So where is it? Huh?
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 This institute. How do I get there?
But Kellogg goes back into cryptic mode.
Haven't you been paying attention? You don't find the Institute. the Institute finds you.
There's a little institute in all of us.
He's so needlessly cryptic.
You open the closet. It's just a closet. You can never find the monster that hides inside.
You cannot find the Institute and save your boy, Nate. I know how to get in there, Nate, and it's all up here.
Says Kellogg, pointing to his brain.
But I think we've been talking long enough.
Kellogg then says,
we both know how this has to end.
It's time to duel with guns. Get your stem packs ready. We're gonna do some combat to the death.
Just nuke his head off.
100 years, when I finally die, I only hope I go to hell, so I can kill you all over again, you piece of shit.
Bang. That's a very extreme thing to say, and I forgive Nate for saying it because it's in a moment of extreme anger. I always believe in love, not hate. This is clearly hate Nate coming through. That was actually why they called him Nate, because it's a portmanteau of hate and Nathan.
I have to admit, I find myself actually kind of liking you.
You, Kellogg.
So we blast at Kellogg. A stray bullet hits him right in the face, and his whole head explodes like a big fountain of grape jelly. There's pieces going everywhere, and it's a bit of a stop and stare moment. Everyone's shocked. It's really killed the mood. Just like a chocolate milkshake, only crunchy.
Bastard won't be hurting anyone else.
We then walk over to Kellogg's
Well, damn. Story over. Let's go.
And we begin rifling through his pockets,
Credits.
grabbing all his stuff, searching for clues.
Huh? He's chock full of cybernetic parts and upgrades. Huh, says Nate, as he rips them all out to potentially sell later.
You were barely human.
Valentine wisely says,
we should take a look around, get all the intel this place can hide.
Next to his corpse is Kellogg's computer terminal. So we crack it open to look for any juicy info, and we find a message. The boy, Sean, successfully delivered back to the Institute. Payment received. And then we play some games on this souped-out PC.
So we turn to Valentine and we ask him, Nick.
Nice.
So, Kellogg wasn't giving us any bull. Your son really is on the inside.
Surely you can help us, Mr. Valentine. Please. My son's trapped in the Institute.
Even I don't know where the Institute is. And they built me. Only person I know willing to snoop up the Institute's tail feathers is Piper.
All right, so Mr. Valentine is telling us to go back and talk to Piper because she is the expert
Piper
on all things Institute.
She's smelling for that Institute shit.
I know the night just got darker, but it won't last forever.
My wife is dead.
Let's get moving. Our next mission is clear. Find someone who can help us get into the Institute. Bum, bum, bow. Nate heads for the exit of Fort Hagen. He's taking the elevator back to the surface,
which is a loading screen.
We walk out to a balcony that overlooks the Commonwealth.
It just works.
Wow, look at it all. The Commonwealth. Ah, my son is out there somewhere. But then Nate looks up and to the right, and oh my God, what the hell is that? Is that an airship?
Oh, you best believe it is.
Oh no, and there's a power line right there.
They don't know. Someone's gonna tell them.
A giant flying airship comes into view, and it's speaking over a megaphone.
People of the Commonwealth.
That's me.
Be not afraid.
The airship declares itself as peaceful so long as you don't interfere in our business, and that they are a faction known as
the Brotherhood of Steel,
which was only patched into the game after the television show came out. Now, the awe-inspiring mood is somewhat spoiled by Valentine when he begins monologuing poetry like an asshole.
Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering.
Peaceful like a good Newton.
He's quoting the Raven.
Just a nuke of Riz to the face.
What an asshole. I actually hate Valentine for that.
Yeah.
This isn't scary or anything. It doesn't make any sense.
Valentine just turns and looks at Nate and goes, Nate. I'm not even doing a Valentine voice anymore. He goes, Nate, whether 'tis nobler in the mind to endure the sling's arrow.
Nate, a lonely, wandering spider, high up on promontory it stood.
Down came the rain. Fucking stupid.
When will we find my son? Well, it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but something the rest of your life.
Takes a drag of a cigarette.
Rosebud.
Fucking hell.
It's just fucking references.
What could this all mean? What is this brave new world that we have found ourselves in? The fallout from this is gonna be phenomenal.
Fuck off.
Wow. We just met Kellogg.
That's crazy.
You know, I didn't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. So, we kill Kellogg. And one thing that I did find surprising is that not just that we went rummaging through his pockets, but we decided to go rummaging through the inside of his exploded skull.
We're sort of blasting past, I think, the
Waste not,
biggest
want not.
revelation
You know what I'm saying?
is that
You know what I'm saying?
little Sean, Kellogg said
When
he's a
you
bit
loot,
older.
you better loot
Little
for
older than you may have expected.
So it's kind of crazy that Kellogg would kill Nora, take Sean, freeze us, and then we just be let out 10 years later? It's like...
Yeah, what the heck?
I don't know.
It's very cryptic. We thought that's all the revelation we're going to get here. But once we got outside, what the heck is that? We said as we're pointing directly at a big Hindenburg.
Now, I don't know much about the Brotherhood of Steel, right? The fact that their arrival has warranted Valentine to start quoting literature
deep into that darkness peering
makes me think that maybe these guys are pretty serious business.
I mean, they're a mystery to us for now, but I've seen the television show, and I don't like
I have
them.
not actually.
I find them to be kind of
I
bored.
have to confess this. I still haven't watched the show yet. I need to. I want to. But I still have not watched the show yet. I'm going to. I promise. I swear. I just need to find a good time to, like, just watch the whole thing all the way through.
In Fallout 1. But then it's like they come here and it's like, what are they doing? What do they add? You could just have other dudes in power armor, you know?
Well, that's one hell of a setup for the next episode, Mr. B. I can't believe we're going to get 3 views for it because nobody likes it when you split up the video. Well, Mr. B, I think we can all agree. When you gotta be in the wasteland and you gotta drink from a puddle, there's only one way to mask the bad flavor.
How?
I'm so glad
Oh,
you
for
asked.
fuck's sake.
So
Of
don't
course
forget to get
they're
the
gonna
cup.
end it
How
on
are you
this.
supposed to
I
know
can't.
what your own mood is?
Why is he a wizard on the cup?
I don't know. I had the idea for the mood ball, and then everything else just was we just kind of reverse engineered it. I don't know. Canonically, he's not supposed to be a wizard.
He lost his license.
He revealed too many of the magician's secrets. So go to gamerups.gg/historian.
Oh my god. Another story mode trip. Fuck. Oh, Bethesda. It just works. Yeah. God, this is gonna be... I wonder how many videos they're gonna do of Fallout 4. Because... even with trying to stay on the main story, you still get sidetracked. So it's going to be interesting to see how and what they do. It's going to be an adventure. I know that. But yeah, looking forward to the next one.